Hi there, and welcome to the Color Cinema. My name is Aaron, and we are going to be looking at, Black Friday Eve, or yeah, I guess that's what we'll call it. One of the exciting things about today is, I didn't plan on making the video today. To be honest with you, basically, what I had planned to do today was rest up because tomorrow is going to be a very, very long day, and then Vinegar Syns to put out their very special newsletter, and I thought we'd talk about that and see if there is any last guesses on exactly what it is that it can be, and actually announce who will probably be showing up tomorrow on our channel. So we are going to be doing a pre-show and a show for Black Friday. The one of the big things about this is, for me anyway, it's that time of year when all movie geeks get together and look at movies that we want, some that we can buy, some that we can't, and some that we wait for till next year. For me, this is a very special year for me because I'm doing my first international show. And what does that mean? That means that I'm going to need a lot of coffee. Will there be dancing on the show? No, I don't think so. If you'd ever seen me dance, you probably wouldn't ask that. No, not that bad. I'm a better dancer than I'm a singer. But we'll be doing the pre-show and we'll be doing the show onto the Patreon channel as well. So there'll be a pre-show. We're going to be going through everything tonight. What we're going to do is we'll be going over the entirety of the newsletter. See if we can figure out exactly what at least one of those secret titles are. And figure out the VSA title that is the oldest VSA title that ever came out. I'm guessing it's El Santo, but I've really got to check. I do have, I got around 16 or 17 VSAs in my collection. I don't have the whole thing, but we will look into it and see. And if you've noticed already, and I'm sure if EH was here, the notice would be coming right away. And that is, you no longer see the mallard on the screen. So that means that I have ponied up myself and actually went out and got the pro version of StreamYard. Hey there, and ready. Welcome, man. Are you ready for the sale? Do you know what you're getting? Do you have any idea about what the titles are going to be? Let me just grab my coffee. I got it over there. I forgot to bring it over. And then we're going to dive into this. We're going to look at at what we think it's going to be. And I'm checking here. What I've done this time is I put the messages, I put it up on my Facebook and on because I can do that now. The thing is, I can't actually. So you appeared the Flash bundle back when it was up. So just waiting to see what they are. Also wondering how much the subscription will end up costing. I know it's going to be different this year because this is the first time ever where we're not going to be able to buy the subscription during the sale. The subscription this time around is going to have its own customer week early in 2023, where you'll have like 7 days to buy the 1 year subscription. So that's going to be really interesting for a couple reasons, actually. Hey there, Maddie. Jello / there's some Fun City for you, because next year is the 10th anniversary of Vinegar Syndrome. So expect a lot of big stuff. Expect me to take this hat off soon because it's driving out the wall, even though my hair is super messy. Let me grab my coffee. I'm going to need it. All righty. See, I'm supposed to be over watching the World Cup right now with my better half's sister's husband, Agilio, who I'm going to get on camera. Won't be partaking this year. Well, considering what I've heard recently about the way the costs have been for over there first for some things, especially in Newfoundland. Apparently, I can understand. Um, I was supposed to be watching the World Cup, but I wasn't feeling very well, and I was going to go to bed. But I got this email, and I said, I have to make this video. I guess got to do all that fun stuff right there. So, like, share, subscribe. I'll put a banner for a second. We are trying to get enough donation super chat so that we can continue to have this thing stay mallard free, and that is our goal here on the channel. It's not asking a lot. All right, let's look at the email right now. Let's dive into that first. The 4K release of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Oh, I am super. Oh, you know what? I would love to see 3 come out on 4K. I'm a huge fan of 3. All right, here we go. Black Friday 2022 is now less than 2 days away, kicking off at 12:01 Eastern Standard Time on Friday the 25th. Make sure you're on this channel. Like as always, this channel runs on patrons and and super chats and donations. People can feel free to do so. Nobody should ever feel obligated to, though, or feel like they're put in a bad place. But like everybody, that's what keeps the lights on, right? I got an email from StreamYard, and they're like, "You've used up all your time. You're one of the lucky 10% that uses up all your time, your free time on StreamYard." And then I called my better half because she got home a couple days ago, but then her mother wasn't feeling well. She had to go to the farm to help her mom, and so basically she's helping her mom and her dad this week, and so I'm on my own. And I said, I think I'm going to have to upgrade. I can't wait any longer because the Black Friday sales tomorrow, I'm going to be on streaming for over 6 hours. So we just had to bite the bullet and do it. We'll check. Well, hopefully it is actually. But let's look at the newsletter and see what is coming up. Throughout the sale, over 500 VSAs, VSUs, VSP, Picaram, and partner label releases will be marked down to 50% off the SRP. This includes plentiful slipcovers, hardbox editions, going out of print, titles, limited and low inventory releases, and more. June and prior, there you go. Thank you. Our entire Vinegar Syndrome November lineup, including our latest VSU of Roadhouse, the UHD and Blu-ray debut of The Visible Maniac, our second volume of Homegrown Horrors, featuring the slasher trio of Moonstalker, Dead Girls, and Hanging Heart, and the Hong Kong action fantasy masterpiece Burning Paradise, will all be in stock and available for purchase. Our duel of secret surprise titles will at last be unveiled the moment the sale goes live. The ferocious coupling of gore, guts, literally and figuratively, and excitement marked the ultimate editions of both films, which come from opposite ends of the spectrum, but share a common trait between their directors. With one film a cheerfully bloody, low-budget slasher with strong giallo sensibilities, and the other a big-budget hit, which we've restored to its complete director's cut. Definitely a cinematic high mark for its A-list cast, and, not to be outdone, hey there, George. Our equally mysterious set of new VSAs will be revealed and available, with one being the oldest film to thus grace the VSA banner, and other continuation of the VSA trends you demand. So, VSA trends we don't demand, more Billy Blank's Jalil Merhi movies. We don't demand those. So, Vinegar Syndrome, if you're watching this, we're not demanding those, but we do love the El Santo stuff and the horror and the really good stuff. Fatal Pulse makes sense. Fist of the North Star doesn't, though. Fist of the North Star did have a couple stars in it, but not enough to be, well, maybe as a VSA. No, but not for the big budget, obviously not for the big budget aspect of it. You're a masochist, Razor. You're a madman, I tell you. A Fist of the North Star fit as a VSA. It wouldn't fit as the big budget Hollywood blockbuster one, because it wasn't a blockbuster, and it didn't do that well. And but yeah, I don't think I'd buy that one right away. I'd buy it, but I wouldn't buy it right away. Meanwhile, don't forget that Charles Forsman's comic book adaptation of The Adventure of Our Very Own New York Ninja will be dropped along with the combined 4 new catalog and variant slips. The latter two designed by Mr. Forsman in honor of his two favorite Vinegar Syndrome classics. Billy Blanks with Roddy Piper. I'm down for that. That I'm down for. Roddy Piper, fellow Canadian. Hell yeah. What are his two favorite ones? Anybody think Raw Force is getting another cover? Because, New York Ninja, Raw Force kind of. So, I don't think Raw Force needs another cover, but I guess, variants. Finally, in conjunction with a shift of subscribers signups to Subscriber Week in 2023, going down from January 1st to January 7th, we're offering a Black Friday weekend exclusive Reserve Now and Save promotion on our 2023 subscription. So you will be able to reserve it. This will allow you to lock in your 2023 subscription for just $25. Then in late December, you will automatically receive a $50 coupon code, good for the 2023 subscription, which can be utilized when finalizing your subscription purchase during Subscriber Week in January. That's the equivalent of earning a free movie on top of all the other subscriber perks and discounts. Go to Death Row Game Show. Some people said that. I don't see the Death Row Game Show. Here, I will mute myself before I drink, because some people. Which actually wasn't a bad idea there. I was pretty slurpy with that drinking. Fatal Pulse, I really think you're right on. I think Fatal Pulse is for sure one of the releases. And I'll bring it up here on the screen in a minute now. We'll be able to look at it together. How many people here are going to reserve? May December is serving for next year, which is amazing. I guess I should let you know. If you have ever listened to Metal Tavern, you want some ASMR, Big Crack? If you've ever listened to Metal Tavern Radio with the DJ Anubis, it's a podcast, then DJ will be here on this channel live tomorrow with me. I also think that Master Chaos is going to try to drop in for the early portion of the video as well. Still trying to get more people in to come in and out, but I get me and DJ will be here. I'm not sure if Nico's going to be here, but we'll have some. Like I said, I always tell you guys, it was going to be a surprise, but I'll let you guys know now. I'm going to subscribe for the past 3 years, and I think you're out this year. Can I ask why? I don't want to put you on on the spot. Like if it's something personal, don't tell me. But if it's because for certain reasons, like you're not liking the releases now or whatnot, I'd be interested to know, because I was a subscriber and I did become not a subscriber, same as you. So I'd kind of interested in in the reasoning. I think this is a better year than when I was a subscriber. My year was pretty sucky. When it wasn't sucky. It was okay. It just wasn't great. I think Fatal Pulse is pretty much given right now. So let's look at Fatal Pulse, see what we can find out about it. And because I think I've seen it a long time ago, but it's you're also not going to be resubscribing. Hey there, Swift. Welcome, man. It has been a while. We are looking at it. Do you know what the title? Sorry for the surprise. We're trying to figure it out. I'm subscribing South once. I don't want 2024. Perhaps I know how you feel. Obviously, we made a big move here this year, which took up I'm in Morocco from Sydney, from North Sydney. Needless to say, for us, you're gonna have to put up the start for a second. I do apologize, but it was a big thing, but it was a great thing. But let's look and see Fatal Pulse. So here we are. I'll bring up your messages here. We've got Fatal Pulse, and I'm going to bring it up on my screen so I can see it too. I know you guys can see it. Came out in 1988. Director is Anthony G. Christopher. So we'll check into the director's work in a minute too, because they said that there was something with the director. Do you know what happens with Fun City Editions? I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Of course, well, I miss my family, and I do miss like shopping in Canada and some of the things like going to Tim Hortons. But I love Morocco. It felt like I was kind of just visiting here for a little bit. Uh, but then my better half had to go to town because there was unfortunately a sad person matter with one of her friends. She had to go see her friend, uh, and I got to be here by myself for like for a few days. I had to go to the film festival, did do my own grocery shopping, go around, and that's kind of when I started to feel like home. Thanks on the partner labels are leaving Vinegar Syndrome. TerraVision is releasing on their own now and offering a subscription. I heard about that. So are they gone totally from Vinegar Syndrome? So let's look at the director, see if we can find out anything from this right here. And let's come back to this. I want to put a pin in that because I'm actually kind of curious about that. So the director that did this did Fatal Pulse, The Platinum Triangle, On the Edge, Love in the Night, and Day of Redemption. So nothing there that is going to like would tie the two of them together, unless maybe by actors. We got Michelle McCormick, Ken Roberts, Joe Estevez, Alex Courtney, Herschel Savage, of course. He's an adult actor who cinematographer for David Lewis. I'm going down a rabbit hole here, guys. So what did he do? Because I knew he did UHF. Nothing here seems like a big hit. Oh, The Hills of Ice Part 2 is DOP on that, but that one already had a good release, right? Well, not a good release, had an okay release. Okay, so they're self-distributing. For TerraVision, have you heard anything on Razor on Fun City Editions? They kind of like started with them, so I'd be kind of surprised. That's the neat thing is like when they give you these like hints, like okay, they're kind of tied together, then it makes you like look through and see like, oh, does the person that directed it is it the cinematographer? Is the guy that is it the guy that wrote the film? Nightfire, Shannon Tweed, all of that. The Bear Wench Project too. Scared Topless. Well, there you go. The film looks interesting. I mean, I'm pretty damn sure I've seen this one. I remember this cover at least. I remember this from the video store. I don't remember if I liked it, but at the very least, it's something I would buy. It's something that I find interesting. What do you guys think? Who here would buy Fatal Pulse if it's one of the titles? If you haven't got already bought it. And the other thing, Razor, is that I'm going to be traveling a lot, so I'm going to Canada again in December, and hopefully I should get there in late December, come back early February. Hey, Minnow Tavern. So this is the guy that will be here tomorrow with us live for this whole big pre-show as we try to figure it out. Have you figured it out yet? By the way, you have not checked out Meadow Tavern Radio Podcast. You really, really should be. So Sean's down for it. Couch is grabbing it. Just made the face like the mask of 4 5s. That would freak me out, Maddie. So I find it kind of comical that on Facebook it's actually like it has the subtitles up there, and it said like Fiddle Pulse. I suggest a series of box sets for Scream Queens, 3 from Linnea Quigley, 3 from Michelle Bauer. Great idea. I would love that, actually. I would buy the heck out of those. It's going to be interesting to see how like we know that Severin are gonna continue with their expansive like box sets, and with Vinegar Syndrome, we know that Jallo will come as out as long as it can do it. And they had the Camille Keaton, which was kind of a Scream Queen ish style one, kind of like what you mean there, Dave. I would like to see stuff like that for like Michelle Bauer or Linnea Quigley, and maybe some of the ones that we don't hear about as much. I'm sure you get a Brink Stevens out of there. Oh, you get a couple Brink Stevens, but I like to have some of the other titles like the Night Eyes series, the Shannon Tweeds, the Body Chemistries, the films like that. Oh, they could definitely put out a Linnea Quigley box set with what they got out already. And a lot of us would buy it. Like even if we got the titles already, we would buy the box set. Fatal Pulse is considered trashy horror, and that was a hint in one of their emails. Well, here's the thing. Sean, that I do love the trashy horror. It's the Art of Dying with Wings Hauser. It's a Wings Hauser release, so I'm sure somebody's going to put it out. Cafe Flesh. I don't remember that one. I'd have to look back at that one. But like Wings Hauser, God, he's good in everything he's in. So, has anybody ever put out? Do you remember a movie called? Anybody remember a movie called The Carpenter with Wings Hauser? Like I think it was Wings Hauser. Was it Wings Hauser or Gary Busey? God, I can't believe we get those guys confused. No, The Carpenter I think is Wings Hauser, and Hotter in the House is Gary Busey. Oh yeah, that would be amazing for them to do. And it wouldn't be hard either. Now, is anybody picking up stuff from like other companies, like maybe like the Make Flick sale or the Indicator sale? Hey there, Morgan, welcome. Hey, Robert, fellow Hive member. Carpenter's Wings. Carpenter's Wings. It's like a Red Bull commercial. I remember the Carpenter. I remember Hotter in the House because I rented the Carpenter and on VHS back in the day, and it was at my local like video store. So I made the mistake, I found out later, of bringing it back early and putting it into the slot because the store wasn't open. So apparently, somebody got into the slot and took a few tapes, and one of them was mine. So I remember going back like a month later because to rent something, and they told me I had this like big late fee, and I'm like, I can't. I don't have anything out. They said, you still have the Carpenter out. Do you have a poster of the Carpenter? You rock, Morgan. You really do. Well, you're going to get the Shawscope 2 sets, so that's actually pretty cool there, George. Joe Estevit did a ton of these type of movies. See, if they're going to put out like some cheesy action movies and stuff like that, like put out some of those that had the like the brothers of the stars, like not instead of Patrick Swayze, it's got like Don Swayze, and there's a bunch of those. I had a poster, poster cheerleader camp, which was what I was hoping it was, but cheerleader camp is not nearly sleazy enough to be what they're putting it as. So Fatal Pulse really does look to be the title. I'm baffled on what the other title could be. Like I thought about it. Like I even thought about would they be insane enough to put out movie 42? And would anybody be insane enough to buy it? Because movie 42 fits the description of a big film with a lot of big actors in it that you can't believe that they acted in. But the problem with movie 42 is that I think it's already had a decent release or a normal release anyway. And two, I don't know anybody on God's green earth that would spend more than 50 cents picking up movie 42. Doesn't matter what's on it. They would literally have to have, like, I don't know, Shannon Tweed deliver it to your door. But because that's not that. I don't think that's it. That would not sell. So it gets me back to thinking. So what's the big title? Fatal Pulse. I think we're pretty much certain on that one. So we got half and half here. We know Fatal. We're pretty certain, like 9 chances out of 10, this is going to be Fatal Pulse. All the other titles that might have fit that category, like Boarding House or Cheerleader Camp, kind of fit the category, but Fatal Pulse kind of checks all those boxes. As when the VSAs, we know El Santo versus Doctor of Death. That's probably the one that's the oldest oldest one. Sean, keep it that way. It's a horrible movie. You don't want to see it. It really sucks. It's time. I wish I could get back. I'm not even kidding. And that's some of the biggest actors in the world in it, and it's really bad. I probably got the title wrong. I just hate it that much. So Fatal Pulse is a great choice. El Santo is a great choice. Now we have 2 others that we don't know. We don't know what the other VSA is. It said something along the type that people want, and that makes me excited and nervous. Movie 43. Thank you, Razor. I was off by 1. See, that's how much I was scared by it, Razor. My mind had literally tried to put a psychological barrier in my head. I thought about that, the Martin Sheen connection. I went by the director, I went by the writer, I looked at the DAP, and then I thought, is there anything Martin Sheen's done that's been super crazy? Hey there, Alan, welcome. Because I can't think of anything that Martin Sheen's done that's been like that insane. I just looked on there. I got like the Facebook, because as you guys can see, the Mallard's not there anymore. So now I actually am streaming on Facebook and on YouTube. I can stream up to 3 places. If I can get the Twitch one working as well, I might do that. That's the thing, though. Like, would they though? Maximum Overdrive would make sense if not, Sean, for the fact that that's gotten a Vestron video release, like a really good Vestron video release. Firestarter isn't a movie where people would be surprised to have like a lot of big stars in. One of the big hints, like early on, it's a good guess though, Alan, is that this was a movie that would surprise people that a lot of big actors were in. And now they're saying it's kind of a blockbuster. So this is the hardest one. This is probably the hardest one that and I know that more than likely, once it goes live, then the thing is, a lot of us are probably going to be kicking ourselves, saying, oh, "Why didn't I think of that film?" But until then, it's a big it's a big one. It's a big. Well, my question for you guys right now, as we're trying to figure this out, is we know Severance slate. We know most of Vinegar Syndrome's slate that's coming out on Black Friday. Once they go live, because they're going live at the same time, which site are you guys going to first? Are you hitting up Vinegar Syndrome to see those secret titles? Are you hitting up Severin to lock in that Argento bundle? See, Ellen, it has to be a movie that has a lot of big actors that hasn't had a good release. So it's not something that's been on Blu-ray before, I don't think, from the clues that I've seen there. So it's not something that's had a good release. So that's why Showgirls, like, would seem like the perfect the choice, but it's had like several like really good releases already. So Showgirls, although it fits all the other clues, because of that reason, doesn't make any sense. Also, putting out another copy of Showgirls when there's been so many like special editions of that movie come out wouldn't make much sense. Like I buy Showgirls 2, which is a horrible movie, over Showgirls again. Like even if it's 4K, I don't care. Like I've got like 4 copies of Showgirls in my collection. Loaded Weapon. I- That'd be them going in a different direction. So if Loaded Weapon came up, then you could eventually. I see. I wouldn't mind that because Loaded Weapon, even though it's not one of my favorites, would mean that opens up the doors to other like parody satire films that need better releases. And the George Hamilton one, Zorro the Gay Blade. Remember? Maybe you're too young, Morgan. There's a movie called Zorro the Gay Blade with George Hamilton where he plays twins. One is Zorro, and one is his not so Zorro-ish brother. Benny sent him as I think 7 bundles, and the shipping to the UK is way overpriced right now. It's going to be $25 shipping to the UK, May to December. So it's going to be, if I remember correctly, before it went down, it was like $25 like flat shipping. And Severance can get a bit pricey, but if they put it at flat shipping at $25, you're good. If it goes any more than that, like I understand, man, because shipping to Canada was pretty insane. What does Vinegar Syndrome because they're big name actors? I think that they actually consider big name actors big name actors. I don't think that they're going to come along because we've had some actors that have been fairly big in some Vinegar Syndrome releases, and some people that like when I was excited about that I would know that that a lot of people wouldn't. So when like one comes out and has like say an actor from a soap opera or something that I used to watch back in the day, then I know those people, and I'm excited. Okay, this because they're from like shows that I knew, but most the general public are not going to be like aware of them unless they did something else. But for this here, I think we're looking at like not the film, but like probably Caligula level big name actors. California Kid. I mean, like there's a Joe Estes film called The Catcher that I think has not been released. Is there anybody else in it? Because the thing is, like, we can't get too caught up in the Joe Estes thing in case that's not like that's not the connection. Because on the email, and I'll bring it up here again. I brought up my iPad for this. It lists it as a cinematic high mark for its A-list cast with a big budget hit we've restored to its complete director's cut. So it's an A-list cast, cinematic high mark. Now that may be like sarcasm, I'm not sure. Big budget hit. So that rules out Showgirls, guys, because that was not a hit. Helen Mirren is, to this day, is extremely, amazingly beautiful. And Liam Neeson was a lucky guy because they were together for a bit. It's hard. This is probably the hardest one that for guessing that I've seen in a while. I normally have some kind of clue, or I'll get some information, sometimes behind the scenes from somebody. Like I knew certain titles before they came out last year, and I kept my mouth shut. But this time I really don't know. So this is not one times that I've heard anything from anybody. or I could guess the titles. This one is different. Fatal Pulse. I think we've all pretty much guessed Fatal Pulse, and I think we're right. I think it's going to be Fatal Pulse, and I think it's going to look gorgeous. I think the cover for Fatal Pulse is going to look gorgeous. So this is not going to be any like severed arm here, guys. I don't think Fatal Pulse is wrong. I think it's right. I think Fatal Pulse is right. Like the other options there, Sean, just to let you know, and it's not the only options because everything can be wrong. Anything can be wrong. Final Countdown is a Blue Underground release, and Blue Underground just released it with a standard edition, so it wouldn't be a Final Countdown, but that's a good movie. But the three biggest choices, Sean, were Fatal Pulse, which seems to check every box, Cheerleader Camp, which checks a few of the boxes, but not all of them, and the one that I really want to be that it's not going to be is Boarding House with Joseph Bottoms and Adrienne Barbeau. Now, that if it was Boarding House, that would be a different choice. We're in the Severin first. Either way, you're going to be shopping with me, right, Swift? See, these have all gotten released. I mean, they could, but I don't think there's a director's cut of Hot Shots. Oh, they can release Fatal Games. No, that's what I'm saying. I think Fatal Pulse is it. Fatal Games. I think Fatal Pulse is it. I just don't think that Boarding House is it. If it was Gettysburg, nobody would buy it. Not that the Gettysburg's like a bad movie, but this is the Vinegar Syndrome crowd. We're not here we don't go on Vinegar Syndrome. Sextet. I never thought about Sextet. That's not. Let me just do something. That's not a bad guess, actually. Did anybody think it Pretty Maids all in a row? But then you think, oh, this is a late Mae West film. For those that haven't seen the film, with definitely a big cast. We got Timothy Dalton, Dom DeLuise, Tony Curtis, George Hamilton, Ringo Starr, Alice Cooper. Gossip maven like Ronan Barrett is here. Regis Philbin was in that. George Raft. I haven't heard anybody make that guess yet. And on the day of her wedding to her sixth husband, a glamorous silver screen symbol is asked to intervene in a political dispute between nations, which leads to chaos. What do you think, guys? Anybody think that Sextet could be a possibility? Oh, Pretty Maids all in a Row is amazing. I actually really love that film. Rock Hudson's a man. I know the movie you're talking about. Actually, that's the one that has the box cover. I think I'm correct with the hand and kind of the ball, kind of out of the hand, the bladed ball, and it might have javelin through it. Yeah, actually, I don't think I did. I doubt it to be that because it doesn't fit. I don't think that was made in basically they said a Southern California film, made in December. But Pretty Maids on a Row, of course, at a Warner Archive release, but that's not actually a big release. I'm not sure if I know it's got a DVD release. I think it got a Blu-ray. Not sure. Sextet. I don't know if that ever got one. I'd kind of prefer Pretty Maids on a Row, but I'd be okay with Sextet. I don't know if I'd have to buy it right away though. It'd be interesting. If there's a director's cut of it or something with a lot of the actors in it are around. There's still some Timothy Dalton still around, guys like that. So great guess, because Murdersville, I never even thought about that one. Never even hit my mind. Like Pretty Maids was my go-to like guess me for me because I'm running out of titles that it could be that actually has like a big cast that hasn't been put out some way or another. And that's the thing. Like a lot of these releases were put out by. So I'm going to look over here my other computer and see if Sextet ever got a Blu-ray. Then I'll check Pretty Maids on around. I swear to God, if this mother keeps asking me, it looks like got a DVD release, but no Blu-ray. So let's check Pretty Maids, which I know came out from Warner Archives. Pretty Maids on a Row has a DVD release for certain. Let's check for any Blu-ray releases. Looks to just have a DVD release. So both of those fit. That's the thing. Both of those titles could fit. Then my question to you guys is, if it's one of those two titles, one, would either one of those excite you? And would either one of those be one that you would definitely have to pick up as a day one release? Would you grab Mae West in Sextet, or would you be grabbing Rock Hudson in Pretty Maids All on a Raw? What would be the one that you would go for? What would be the one that would excite you the most if it was one of those two releases? Which, again, we're not sure of. Basically, we're just kind of like trying to guess at this point. I do hope Fatal Game gets released eventually. I don't think it's gonna be this time, but I think it'll eventually get released. Sweet Hostage. Pretty Maids. Yeah. Like out of the two of them, I'm a big Mae West fan. But Pretty Maids is kind of a mystery. Like with Rock Hudson, if I remember correctly, playing a coach who's sleeping with a lot of girls and someone getting killed, and he may or not be the killer, so kind of got to figure it out. Evil Laugh. Let's look at Evil Laugh, actually. See how it fits. Guidance Counselor. There we go. And Guidance Counselor. But I wanted to be Evil Laugh. Oh, fuck, Scott Baio. No, Stephen Baio. Okay, I'm good. Sorry, I really hate Scott Baio. So who did this? So Evil Laugh, great cover. Was an actor and director known for Friday 13th, A New Beginning? Who do you play in Friday 13th, New Beginning? Oh, that's I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think that's Yikes. So for those that don't know, I won't get into it, but let's just say the director who played Joey in Friday the 13th Part 5 a bit of the Dan Schneider. just saying, just putting it out there. Yeah, he was known for a lot of things. Unfortunately, most of them were not good. Google it yourself because I'm not going to go into it. But That could be that. I'm not sure if that's gonna be an issue. Uh, but Evil Laugh would be. I remember it. Did I like it? Did I like Evil Laugh? Like I barely remember it. Like I know I watched it, but it's one of those that I'm like. But if it is like, I wouldn't buy it like day one, but I'd buy it on sale. Fatal Pulse, I might buy day one. Um, Evil Laugh, I might wait on. And was Evil Laugh done in in Southern California? Because that's going to make a big difference because that was one of the first clues. So I'm just going to check here to see where the shooting location was. In his overview of horror films from the 1980s, Scott Aaron Stein described the film as effortlessly trite and that there's nothing, I repeat, nothing worthwhile, even remotely memorable about this waste of celluloid. That's the review for Evil Laugh, guys. Yeah, it was like, I honestly think, Matt, that okay is the best review you could give for Evil Laugh. Like that movie was okay. Okay. It was an okay film. I mean, it's rough. I mean, like Sean, it's really not easy. But if it's Sextet is a big budget film. It flopped. Like that could be it. It'll be a very different choice for Vinegar Syndrome. It would kind of fit with kind of the early Vinegar Syndrome, like more stuff. But I personally prefer Pretty Maids in a Row, but I can't see it happening. It screams something. It does actually a bit. But I don't know any company that almost screams. Evil Laugh's cover screams like Arrow, but it really does. You see, look at the cover; it screams like, "Oh, Arrow's going to put that out." I don't think Sidekicks is coming out tomorrow. I think Sidekicks is coming out in 2023. Now, I could be wrong, but Sidekicks is a movie with Chuck Norris. So, guys, so that's the one we know that one's coming out. It's kind of that one's been leaked, but I think we're going to get Sidekicks in 2023. I expect that to probably be a VSU. So I don't think they're going to put a Sidekicks on a regular release or on a VSA. Although it could kind of fit in the VSA, it's a little bit bigger, and it's probably their first, Chuck Norris type of film. So it could fit along because they did say that there was a big action hero, but the big action hero I think for this time around. Hey, this is in Arcadia. I'd enjoy a little enjoyable. It was watchable. Ever think how crazy it is that movies that we probably would have bought back in the day in a dollar bin and VHS with an SP speed release are now becoming mega collector's edition releases? The crazy, isn't it? How the world has changed. I mean, 4Ks, I think they're going to go all in on the 4Ks. Most companies are starting to go all in on 4K. So if you're not yet into 4K, if you got a 4K TV, you got a TV recently, and you haven't got a 4K player yet, or there's the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X as well out there, or if you want to go older one, you can get Xbox One S. Then that would be I would say if you're a movie fan and you're collecting physical media and you're halfway there or you're partially there, then yeah, go for the 4K if you can afford it. Don't put yourself out. But 4K is it's the slipcover, it's the lenticular cover. It's the Laserdisc of the next generation. So that you're going to see a lot more 4Ks, and more so than like people are going away from DVDs. Like Blu-rays are certainly there, but you're seeing more Blu-ray 4K sets. Does The Devils fit the box office hit? The Devils was a fantastic film. I love The Devils. Ken Russell film, which you know because you actually mentioned it. But it stars Oliver Reed, and it has never been uncut. So getting a uncut version of The Devils would be a massive coup raiser. Devils was a film that was problematic in the time because it got like banned because the whole sacrilege thing, which I think was kind of silly. It's a movie. There was nothing like really bad about it, in my opinion. Now, other people maybe. Do I think Sidekicks lost a Blu-ray DVD combo? I think when Sidekicks comes out, Alan, I don't think so. I think Sidekicks is going to end up having a 4K Blu-ray combo because I think Sidekicks is going to get 4K. I would kill for the TV series. I watched the TV series when I was a kid. So yeah, that would be something for me. I like Ernie Reyes. Whatever happened? Does he still do stuff? And to think I wasn't going to come on here. I was going to go upstairs, lie down, watch some Space Ice on YouTube. I listen to him like kind of crap talk on Steven Seagal for a couple hours. The Devils would be amazing. The Devils would be like if it was the Devil's Razor, like that wins. Like that wins. That would totally win. The Black Friday sale. Like, and Four Flies is coming out. I love Four Flies. I love that film. And I think like that's a big gain from Severin. But if the Devils came out, that's next level. The Devils coming out is like seeing the Halloween box set when it came out. Nobody expected that it could ever happen. As long as Surf Ninjas is a Vinegar Syndrome title and not a VSA title, I'm perfectly fine with it. Being a VSA title would piss me the hell off. Three Ninjas. Think about Three Ninjas as a. I want the Three Ninjas one. Which is the Three Ninjas one that has Hulk Hogan in it, like done at the theme park? I remember that one. I remember getting that one for the kids. For my oldest, really. I'm not sure she'll remember it, but I remember like one with like Three Ninjas Kick Back or something like that, or Fight. It was something like along those lines. Three Ninjas Kick Back or something. It's like had Hulk Hogan and because I'm down for the Three Ninja films. High Noon Mountain. I don't even remember what High Noon Mountain is. Need to release Sakura Killer. So now that they're putting out more, now they're putting out more of these of the Asian cinema, you're probably going to get stuff like that. Three Ninjas Complete Movie Collection box set. I would buy that. Like some people might laugh. I would buy the heck out of that. I had fun with those films. My kids were, my oldest was around when the Three Ninja movies came out. Honey Mountain, was that the one with? Okay, I did not know with the Three Ninja in front of it. I did not know, but thank you. But yeah, I used to watch because I was a big wrestling fan back in the day. My better half's a big wrestling fan now, and I got to try to catch up with her. Yeah, because like Hulk Hogan had this TV show too called Thunder in Paradise. Anybody remember that? Like it was him, and I think it was like Jack Lemon's son, Chris Lemon, I think. And it was on TBS, and they had a lot of wrestlers in it, like Bruce Bar Beefcake would come on it, and so would I think Macho Man was on there, and some of the other wrestlers. And it was like by doing Thunder in Paradise that like Eric Bischoff met up with like Hulk Hogan and brought him to WCW. Yeah, but nobody cares about that but me. Was the first Three Ninjas and Orion release? I think it was. I don't think we're going to get Three Ninjas anytime in the near future, but it would fit. Like it would kind of fit Seven Kids too, but Novel Bard's Supreme Commando. I love Noel Bard. I really did. It's the acting is atrocious from Hogan, but and Supreme Commando was hilarious. Everybody remembers the punching the mime scene because everybody wants to punch a mime. You know, like it's Mr. Nanny. I'm glad some of you guys remember this stuff. Now I don't feel so alone, guys. It's crazy that it's tomorrow, guys. It's tomorrow night that all of this is going to be revealed. Oh, the late Jim Varney. I'm not going to lie. The character of Ernest, when I was younger, annoyed the hell out of me. I was not a fan. The Stealth Boat. I remember. Oh, that was such a cool show. I love those like Knight Rider like shows like that. I even watched TK, Team Knight Rider. For me, it's at 6 a.m. Where are you at, May to December? I am in Morocco. So for me, it's going to be 6 a.m. So basically, I'm going to be on here, going to be on live tomorrow. So come on in around 2:30ish a.m. my time for the pre-show, which is going to go on till 5:30 in the morning for me. And then I'm going to be from like 5:35 till whenever. I'm going to be. Oh, you're not far from it. You're just I think a 4-hour plane ride. I feel your pain, man. So you're pretty close to me then. My better half is actually really close to you. Not too long ago, she was in Paris. That's where her sister lives. So that's where we want to go do some shopping at her next year. There's a Geek Street, and we're like big geeks. 9 p.m. start. So lucky. Yeah, I thought it was bad when I was living in Canada, and like I had a 1:30 start time. So and now it's like, well, it's 6 a.m. But and I didn't know if I was going to do it this year. But the truth of the matter is, I could not do it. See you tomorrow, Matt, and I cannot wait. We'll find out tomorrow if any of our guesses are right, and you can like do a fist bump if it's pre-made down the row. I have a question actually to ask you guys here. What time's that Pacific? Let me see. So let me just check something. So Morocco is 9 hours ahead of Pacific time. So right now, for instance, it's 10 o'clock here, and it would be, I think, 1 p.m. Where you're at, Razor. So it's literally you're like around just after dinner. It's like dinner time right now for you, and for me, it's like it's late night. So you're probably thinking, yeah, somewhere around 7 p.m. Pacific. What that would be? It was. Let's do this. Let me do my math here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 6 or 7, yeah, like 6:37 p.m. Pacific, I think is what it comes out to. I'll be doing tomorrow morning. I'm going to set it up. DJ was here for a second, and he'll be here tomorrow too. I think MetroCast is coming in for a little bit tomorrow as well. I love Eartha Kitt, so yeah, that's the reason I watched that one actually. But yeah, I think it's around 6:37 your time. But I'll put it out on here beforehand. And tomorrow morning, I just got to like coordinate with my better half because she is in another area right now. Well, she's with her family on the farm. So I'll be like going through the time with her just to make sure that I got the right time. She's been so busy and so tired recently. But our our motto here is like when our motto my motto in life is, and my better half's motto in life is family first. And stick with that. There's probably a few that don't have Blu-ray releases. I mean, like, and if I don't think any of them got any like really really good. Actually surprised because Ernest became kind of a cult hit later on, especially Ernest, like the Halloween one. What's it called again? Ernest Scared Stupid, right? Yeah, Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest Saves Christmas. Those two kind of became big hits. So for those that don't know, or for like, I'm guessing most everybody does. So there was an actor by the name of Jim Varney, and he was in Beverly Hillbillies, where he played, he played the patriarch in that. But he started with this character called Ernest, and it was for like for commercials. And you can like go online, you go on YouTube, and you find commercials there. And he played this like super like annoying like nasally voiced character that just hit a cultural zeitgeist at the right time, and people just really fell in love. The kids loved Ernest Scared Stupid, and parents would watch it with their kids, and they kind of got a kick out of it too. There was Ernest Goes to Camp, yeah, right. Thank you, Sean. And there was Ernest Saves Christmas. There's a couple of them. There was like a straight to DVD like type of thing that was done with Ernest as well. It wasn't as good. Kind of like the Dwarf things. Just it was, it was, you could tell it was straight to DVD. It wasn't like feature film type of thing. But yeah, the commercials used to drive me up the wall after a while. So sorry about that, guys. But I won't keep you guys too long tonight. I just wanted to talk to you guys about this here because this is going to be a big deal. Tomorrow we are going to have a massively big show. And that's the thing. When I found that out, that blew my mind. That really blew my mind. Next purchase on Amazon. The 2 books. Oh, yeah. George is getting Fear from the De Argento book because he's ordering it on its own. And he's getting the John Carpenter book. Hope I'm saying that. Which I got from my dad last year. And both those are amazing books. Avern, yeah. But we'll be here tomorrow. I'll be here with DJ Anubis. And we may have some pop-in guests as well. So Master Chaos is going to try to get in. And we'll see if anybody else pops in along the way. We'll be here for a pre-show that'll be for those people. Not everybody's a Patreon. Like people are watching here. People that are watching here. So you guys will be here for the pre-show. We'll do our last guesses. We'll look at all the stuff. Look through all the things again. We'll kind of plan. We'll plan the whole night. We'll have guesses from my guests, and we'll have a lot of fun with that. Have a great evening there, George. And then after that, just for a half hour before the big unveiling, we'll be going over to the Crimson Cult, which is the Patreon channel. There's a link down below if you want to check it out. And we'll be going over there, and we'll be live. You'll get my live reactions on all the titles, see how excited or unexcited I am, and see what, if anything, that I buy. And the fact that it's going to be 6 o'clock in the morning, any filter I might have will be gone. What's the second Dairy Queen? I remember there's a few different ones actually that I worked with. So be here to see very caffeinated, filterless me for the pre-show, and then the eventual reveal show where we shop together here and help each other out when it comes to these releases. So be sure to like, share, subscribe. If you like the channel and you want to help keep the lights on, become a patron. Or you can actually always hit the donate button and donate to the channel that way as well, if that's something that you want to do. If it's not, you know what it means? You don't have to. Nobody making you do it. Nobody is ever going to make you do anything. Not on this channel. Now, one thing I do have to do before I go, though, and it's very important, is to give a quick shout out to all my patrons on here right now. So whether they're on here or not, hopefully they'll see it later. I'm gonna get a scroll thing done up for this. We got Swift, Jacob, Craig, Ian, Ryan, Oxtub, Dam Gonzalez, Lucas, Thirsty Fly, Sin Arcadia, Chad, Arch, Eric, Steven, John, Twisted Cinema. We got DJ Anubis and Nico. We got Cam, Matthew, Nathan Jones, Zombies Ate My Arm, Jacob, Antoine, Flickering Waves. We got Tony, Jason, Marvin, Ralph, Eric, Michael, Maddie and Kelly, Timothy, Scott, Emily, Chris. We got Scott Mick. We have Doug, Couch, Dustin, Samuel, Dr. Mark, the Cinematic Collector, Just the Discs. So you make sure that you're checking out his channel and his two podcasts, because we've got Just This Podcast and Pure Cinema Podcast and Just This channel. And we have Ryan. And I want to thank every single one of you for coming in here and joining me tonight. And if you're not here, I just want to thank you for you help keep the lights on. It's amazing. It's awesome. And for me, I haven't been feeling the greatest recently, so I am probably going to. Do I have any Benny Hill? I actually do. I love that. Yeah, anyway, with that being said, it's time to finish off my coffee, go to bed, and probably not sleep. Probably just rest up in bed, because I'm going to have to sleep tomorrow in the day if we're going to do this. So I'll see you soon, and I'll see you here tomorrow. Once the link comes up, make sure you go in, hit the reminder on the link so that you don't miss a second of it. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll have guests, we'll have conversation, we'll have chat, we'll have tea and coffee, and we'll have lots and lots of caffeine. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you soon right here in the cul-de-sac.